Okay, let's take a look at a multi-unit charger, or in Motorola parlance, they call it a MUC, an MUC, a multi-unit charger. And I think this is a tool that every customer should have at least one of. If you have a large fleet, having a lot of these is probably a good plan. But the reason that this multi-unit charger is so good is because the amount of data that you can glean while you're charging your batteries. Now, if you look here at the screen here, and you can see those LCDs there, they're giving us a lot of information about those batteries. It shows the state of the charge, 97% rated capacity, tells us how many milliamp hours, what voltage, telling us the charge is complete. So that information is important for you as an end user, because that allows you to see that if I have a battery that has been consistently above 80% and then all of a sudden now I'm only getting 60, 70% out of it, that maybe it's time to exchange that battery, buy a new one, and take that old one out of circulation. So these multi-unit chargers are available. This particular one here is for our Apex line of radios. This is an older one, same concept. This one was for the XTS 5000 line of radios. And again, we've got one there that's blinking red and green. Those lights are telling us that that battery has pretty much reached the end of its service life. Now, although those radios are discontinued, I'm just showing that to you for reference, how we can see the different state of each one of those batteries in that charger. Now, over here, the last one I have in the line, this one would be for charging Apex 4000 radios, but also our Moto Turbo line of radios. Their batteries could be charged on this. And you'll notice that this one only has one screen here. So the very first pocket is the only one that's going to give us information. So this still is a valuable tool. If you have a problem battery, you drop it into this first pocket over here and you can get the information off of that battery. So a little more labor intensive because you would have to drop your batteries into that first pocket one at a time to see those values. But all in all, another great charger to get you some information about your battery fleet. Okay, so now that we've seen the benefits of a multi-unit charger, you noticed all the different lights on that charger. Those lights have specific meanings, and I don't know if you have a single unit charger that you use with your batteries or radios. I don't know if you've ever flipped it over on the back side and seen what's on the bottom. So I'm going to show you here exactly, on most of Motorola chargers, they have this diagram that shows you exactly what those lights mean. So starting from the top, we see a flashing red, and that means that a battery is unchargeable. Now, you can try to get a charger to charge a battery that's flashing red by taking it out of the charger, putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back in. Sometimes a cycle of 2 or 3 times may get that flashing red to go away and have that battery again start charging. But if you're getting that flashing red, there's a good chance that there's something wrong with that battery and it probably needs to be replaced. Now, the second light down here is a flashing orange. Now, you usually get a flashing orange if a battery has gotten so low. So a radio is left on in your cruiser or in your fire truck and went completely dead, and then you didn't even realize it for 2 weeks, and that battery is so low that before it even has enough energy in it to communicate with the charger, it's got to get a little bit of voltage in it. So a lot of times if it flashes orange, just leave it alone and come back and check it maybe in 30 or 40 minutes, and hopefully it has gone either to a steady red color or a steady orange color to indicate charging or reconditioning. So the steady red, as I just said, that's just its normal rapid charge cycle. When you see a flashing green, that means we're almost done. 90% of the way there. once that flashing green goes to a steady green, we know that we have a 100% fully charged battery. And when I say 100% fully charged, I meant 100% fully charged to its current rated capacity. So if you're only getting 80% out of a battery due to its age, then that 100% means that, hey, we've put as much into it as we can. We're not getting any more. When you see a flashing red and green, that's the charger letting you know that this battery has probably reached the end of its service life. Again, much like the flashing red, you can try to cycle that battery in and out of the charger. In for a second, out for a second, in for a second. Sometimes you can get another charge or two out of it. But again, flashing red and green means that that battery is on its last legs. The steady orange light is the automatic reconditioning that the charger applies to the battery. Now, what happens on this reconditioning cycle is that the charger is going to drain that battery all the way down. And then once it does that, then it's going to charge it all the way back up. And that just keeps the chemistry and the circuitry in the battery working at its peak performance, and can make that battery last even longer by automatically performing that. Now, you can also force a battery into that steady orange. So if I drop a battery into the charger and it goes steady red, and I'm like, I know this thing hasn't been hasn't gone through a recalibration or reconditioning in a while. If you take it back out and then drop it right back into that charging pocket, you can get that into that steady orange where it will drain it all the way down and recondition it right away. Well, hopefully I've given you some useful information that you can take back to your agencies and manage your battery fleet armed with knowledge. Knowing how old that battery is, knowing what type of condition that it's in, is important to make sure that you are communicating the way that you need to day in and day out. Now, don't forget to check out the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. I've also posted some useful links in the description of this video. You can reach out to us at p&rcommunications.com. But I've also put some links to the Motorla warranty document that we discussed earlier. And there is also a document. It is Motorola Solutions Recommendations for New Battery Use, Storage, and Care. Two very good reads so that you are armed with the information that you need to keep your radios running day in and day out. Again, my name is Don Humphrey with P&R Communications, and this has been Tech Tips. Thanks. Have a nice day.